to the True Vine Ministries talk show, a place where faith, hope, and love abides. I'm your talk show host, Pastor Rhetta Jackson. Thank you for joining us on today. We are going to be speaking on health and wellness with Jeanna Bumpas. Stay tuned for more.
By Dosage Massage and Bodywork, we believe that massage is not just a luxury, but a necessity of life. It helps the whole body, mind, body, and spirit, so you get the therapeutic benefits of massage, not just the physical. We offer massage, different types of massage, hot stones, deep tissue, lymphatic drainage, your regular Swedish. We offer cryos, body slim, and facial. We do have a signature product line. It's called Sophia Rose Delight. It helps with sinuses, migraine, sore muscle. It's organic and it is available through our website. Our goal when you leave Dosage Massage is to leave transformed, mind, body, and spirit. Come see me.
Welcome back to our show. Joining us today is Jeanna Bumpas, Houston's best health and wellness coach.
Thank you.
Welcome to the True Vine Show.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Yes, and thank you so much for coming. On today, we are going to be speaking about health and wellness, a topic that we hear all the time, but if we can be honest, it's also a topic that many people struggle with. But before we dive into the topic of health and wellness, Jeanna is going to share her testimony with us. Jeanna, can you tell us a little of your testimony?
Yes, absolutely. So thank you again for having me. I come from a family that growing up, we were so rich in love. We had so much love. My mom cooked for us every day. My parents, we were just blessed to have them. But financially, there was like very little income. My dad was a school teacher, a stay-at-home mom was my mom. And so I remember days when we would always had food on the table. It may have been provided by the government, but
it was food.
But it was food,
yes.
right? I remember when I was 6 years old just clipping coupons, right? In middle school, I was wearing hand-me-down clothes. And so in society, probably much like it is today, if you were an underprivileged child, it was hard to be included.
Yes.
Right? It was hard to be included. And so I found myself just wanting to be included and wound up with the wrong group of kids, just trying to be included. And I found myself pregnant at the age of 14.
Okay.
Pregnant at the age of 14. Now, I will not go back and change what I did because I truly believe that, God knows our beginning from our end.
Yes.
Right? And so for me, that moment, I knew that I had to become responsible. And I knew I was no longer responsible for my own health and wellness, but that of another individual, another person. And so I finished high school, graduated in the top 10% of my class. I was married, raising my baby, went through a divorce. At the age of 21, went through a divorce. And at that time, started another family, went to working really hard because one thing I knew is that I wanted my kids to have the things in life that I didn't have.
Now that's interesting. That is interesting. I want to stop you for a moment because your story caught my attention when you talked about that you were rich in love, but there was, so little food. What was your parents' reaction when they found out that you were expecting a baby?
Crazy as it sounds, I did not know I was pregnant. My mom said, "We need to take you to the doctor.
Okay.
You're pregnant." And I'm like,
a mother's intuition.
Yes,
huh?
yes,
Okay.
yes. And at the time, my aunt worked for a local OBGYN, but we didn't go see that doctor. because, there's a little bit of pride and things, and we didn't want the family knowing.
Yes, what goes on in this house must stay in this house, and we cannot let everyone know. Okay.
Right. So what happened was the doctor that we saw, she told me I had a tubal pregnancy and was going to have to abort the baby. My mom heard the doctor say that to another person that was pregnant, and she immediately knew in her heart and her soul, she knew that was not the right thing to do.
Okay.
And so what happened was my mom contacted my aunt. We went to that doctor. So I did deliver my baby, healthy baby. At 32 weeks. So she was a preemie.
Wow. Little boy?
Little girl. Oh. Yes, little girl. And so at 14, 15 years old, being responsible for another child.
Yes.
Just being a child myself.
Yes.
Right? And so, but thankfully I had the love of my parents to be beside me the whole time. And that's the same kind of love that we see in Jesus, right?
Yes,
like
it
unconditional.
Is. Unconditional, regardless that if we make a mistake or, whatever the case may be. Can you tell me, Jeanna, was that the start of your health and wellness or becoming aware? Because, when we are young in age, we really are carefree.
That is true.
We really are carefree. Right. But do you see getting pregnant at a young age as you're becoming aware of health and wellness?
Actually, no, I did not. So at 14, I just did whatever I needed to do in order to provide for my child.
Okay.
And so after my second marriage, working, getting my degree, I went on to get my bachelor's degree, my master's degree.
Good for you.
I don't recommend this, but for 2 solid years, every night I only got 4 hours of sleep.
Okay.
So get up in the morning, go to work, raise
Talking
the kids.
about sacrifice.
Yes.
Talking about sacrifice.
Yes.
So 4 hours sleep.
4 hours sleep. And we know that's not good for your health and wellness. So please get more sleep than that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so I had an epiphany. It was about 2012. I found myself overweight. I was mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted. I was stressed. I was actually to the point of being obese according to the standards that they publish.
Okay.
So
how old were you at that time when you found yourself being obese?
I was right around 42.
Okay.
41, 42.
Okay. Wow. And what was that journey like? Wasn't it an epiphany for you? Was it depressing? What was that like for you when you found yourself obese?
Right. It was an eye-opener, actually, because you always think that happens to other people, but not to yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so I just knew that I had to find somebody that was going to walk the journey and help me be accountable. Because at the end of the day, we are the legacies. We are the nutritional gatekeepers for our family.
Yes, we are.
And if I'm not taking care of myself, how can I take care of my family?
That's right. That's right. So it is so very true. Women are the gatekeeper, and we set the tone in our home for our family concerning health and wellness. Mm-hmm. Well, we're asking that you all would stay with us, and we'll be right back with more talk from Jeanna Bumpas. We'll return in a moment.
Let's be honest. Making a lukewarm marketing video is fairly simple. But who wants lukewarm marketing? Instead, how about something that conveys your unique message? Well, that takes creativity, and creative is what we are. We design custom logos. We even offer professional print services. Our goal is to showcase how good your idea is, no matter what your product is. Whether it's social media marketing for a new author or the artwork for the book itself, we can help. If you've created a new app and need a TV commercial to show it to the world, we can help.
Now they're Stork Advisor.
If you're a photographer trying to show off your work in a unique way, we can help. Need a promo for your TV show? We can help with that too.
It's Couch Time with Sonia.
We're an artistic bunch, and we love the creative process. We're not trying to be the best in Houston. We're trying to be the best for you.
our show. Still joining us today is health and wellness coach Jeanna Bumpas. We are going to continue speaking on the topic of health and wellness. And my question to you, Jeanna, is exactly what does health and wellness mean to you?
You know, I'm so glad that you asked me that, because during the time of just my studying and just really learning more, I heard a doctor say, health is not feeling your age.
Wow.
Right.
Health is not feeling your age.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And so for me, health and wellness is not feeling your age, being able to do the things in your life that you are called to do. Because if you are limited in your ability to move around, to get around, to talk to people, to minister to people, right? If you're limited because of your health, for whatever reason, a lot of times we talk about being overweight, because majority of the population in the United States for sure is overweight, but also health and wellness can come in malnourishment, not getting the proper vitamins in your body, the proper sleep. It could be being too stressed. There's so many things related to health and wellness, but for me, the main thing that I learned from the doctors that I studied from was not feeling your age.
Wow, that is so profound. And I like that it's just not related to being overweight,
Correct.
but not getting the proper nutrients can be bad, I'm assuming health. Not getting the proper nutrients can be bad health, considered
Absolutely.
bad health.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, that is so prolific. How is health and wellness related? We talked about what is health and wellness.
Right.
How is health and wellness related?
Okay, perfect. So health and wellness, being healthy is one thing, but being well enough to do the things that you are called to do is different, but they're really intertwined. And so I look at health and wellness as 5 pillars. Stress, all right? So stress can definitely affect your health, and it can definitely affect how well you are, how well you are able to do the things. So stress, sleep, we mentioned earlier in the earlier segment about sleep, right? Physical activity. So many times people think, I can't exercise, I don't have time to exercise, I'm not going to a gym. Guess what? Park a little further out in the back of the parking lot of the grocery store and take a few extra steps.
Yes.
Right? Coming here, instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. So physical activity, exercise, that's part of your health and wellness.
Yes.
The nutrition, the foods that you eat or the foods that you don't eat. Right? We were just talking during a break about sugars and things like that. And there's good sugars, there's bad sugars, but just paying attention to what you eat. And then supplementation. I mean, we know that most of us need more vitamins, vitamin D. We don't get enough of the good quality sunlight.
Yes.
Right? And so I always say, make sure you're working with your doctor. Right?
Yes.
Make sure you're working with your doctor, because they're going to know best. But really, those are the 5 areas. So your stress, your sleep, your food, your physical activity, and your supplementation that are all related to your health and wellness.
Yes.
And then all that spirals up into your mindset.
Of course, of course. So health and wellness are related because we need to feel healthy enough to do the things that we are called to do on a daily basis. Some of us are mothers, most of us are employees, whether we're self-employed or whether we're working for someone else. But there are many, many things that we are called to do on a daily basis, and we need enough energy, we need enough health and wellness to be able to accomplish those things. And then, Jeanna, I love how you broke it down to your mental wellness, your spiritual wellness.
Absolutely.
Very, very important. And so these are all things that we need to consider when we talk about health and wellness.
Absolutely.
Yes. My final question for you in this segment is this, because this is True Vine is a Christian-based, faith-based show. And so everything we do is Christ-centered, and that's what that means, faith-based. So we want to take a look at what role does health and wellness play in God's will and his purpose for our lives.
Absolutely. So, first of all, we know that our body is a temple, right?
Oh, yes.
Our body is a temple, and so we need to treat our body accordingly. And here's what I know. So, John 10:10, the thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He's going to do that in so many different ways. And the first way is to attack our body, right? To attack our health and our wellness, so that we are trying to be limited on what we do to serve and honor the Lord. But guess what? That ain't happening, ladies. Not under my watch. It's not happening.
Amen. Amen. The health and wellness coach is here, everybody. She is here. And how else does it play a role in God's will and purpose? We know that our bodies are a tabernacle for the Holy Spirit. We know that the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. How else does health and wellness play a role in God's will and purpose in our lives?
Absolutely. So here's the way that I look at it. There have been mornings, especially raising kids and working, that I didn't have the strength, I didn't have the energy to get out of bed to go worship.
Oh, yes.
Right? And so we know while worshiping is great in your home, there is no substitute for being in that building, in the Word of God, surrounded by like-minded Christians, like-minded people. Right? And so you have to have that strength. You have to have that energy. You have to be healthy enough to get up out of bed, get dressed, walk out that door to go serve and honor the Lord.
Most certainly. I love it. I love it. I love it. The health and wellness coach, Jeanna Bumpas, is here with us on today, speaking on health and wellness, and she's given us some great points. Please, please stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment. Hello, my name is Pastor Rhetta Jackson-Fair, and I am the senior pastor of True Vine Healing and Deliverance Ministries. I would just like to invite you out to True Vine if you're looking for a church home or church family. True Vine is truly a place where Jesus is the true vine and we are the branches. It is also a place where much fruit is produced as we remain in Him and Him in us. We are located at 1 South Main Street, South Toms River, New Jersey. Come on by. Welcome back to our show. Once again, Jeanna Bumpas is with us on today, sharing her knowledge on health and wellness. Well, we've come down to our final segment, Jeanna, and my question to you is, how do we get and stay healthy? For those who are not healthy and who have never been healthy, how do they get healthy? And for those of us who've been on this journey for years, how do we stay healthy? We want to look at the spiritual, we want to look at the mental, we want to look at the physical, and even financially. Because that's just as important.
Absolutely. So that's a great question. And so for those of you that are with us today, I need you to know, first of all, you have to believe in yourself.
Yes.
All right. But you have to know, what is your goal? What are you sick and tired of being sick and tired about? So for me, I was sick and tired of working all day, coming home from work, giving the best to the 10 hours at work, but giving the worst of myself to my family. I was exhausted.
Wow.
I was overweight. So just know, first of all, you need to identify, what are you sick and tired of? What do you want to change? And when you've identified that, then now we can put a goal. We can put that goal in place and take smart steps to be able to achieve whatever it is you want. So for so many, it is losing weight because that's the majority of the population, right? And so define your goal. I found it was so much easier when I had somebody walk in the journey with me.
Yes, right? Accountability and partnership to support and encourage one another.
Yes, absolutely. So I don't know what it is, but I'll give up on myself before I give up on my friends. So when I would say, like, I'm going to go work out tomorrow, if I didn't have an accountability partner, I'd probably not go the next day, right? Or if I didn't have a coach that was going to reach out to me and say, hey, did you get your workout in today? Probably wouldn't do it, right? And so find that accountability partner that is going to walk with you, that is going to love you and encourage you. And then just know what you're fighting for. So that's the physical side of it.
Now, if you just allow me, it's also very important, I think, in having an accountability partner, to have someone, like you said, that's loving, that's encouraging, that's supportive. Because here's my own personal thought as I go through my different challenges of health and wellness is, if I fall, are you going to beat me up? Because I can do that to myself. Don't we do that all too well?
As women, we are so hard on ourselves.
Yes. So finding the right accountability partner is very, very important as well.
Yes, it is. And so, you asked about spiritually as well. Same thing there. I love my sweet mama. She's 72 years old.
Wow.
She has a friend, and every night they get on the phone and they do their Bible study at night. And on the phone. And I remember about 5 years ago, my mother's biggest fear was reading out loud. And now she will do the opening devotional at the church every Sunday morning out of her Bible, right? But she had a friend that loved her enough to walk her through that journey.
Accountability, the right accountability partner is so important.
Exactly.
Yes. So we've looked at the physical. We've touched a little on the spiritual. Now let's look on the mental, because, my God, Joyce Meyer wrote a book years ago, The Battlefield of the Mind. My God, this is where every battle that we'll ever face is in the mind. And I know that the way that we think and process stuff plays a major role on our eating habits and things like that, and ultimately our health and wellness. So let's look at the mental.
Right. I want you to know, my sweet friend, and I want the audience to know, it is not your fault. Those sugar cravings that you have, it is not your fault. You step out of your vehicle and you smell that Asian food or that fried food. It is not your fault. There are things in our foods today that are addictive. All right, so it is not your fault. That's the first thing we need to know.
Okay.
All right. So mentally, no, it is not my fault, but I can overcome this. They are not going to, that food, that sugar, that Snickers bar, is not going to take a hold of me. I'm not saying it's bad, right? But it is not going to take hold of me. It is not your fault. And so,
if I may, what kind of things do we need to look for in ingredients where, you said there are things that are unhealthy? Can you touch on that just briefly?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You want to know what my biggest tip is, my biggest secret?
Yes, I'd like to know. I need to know.
Okay, all right. When I tell you this, you're like, oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
Shop the perimeter of the grocery store. When you start going down the aisles, that's where the processed food is. That's where the junk food is. The more you can spend on the perimeter of the grocery store, your fresh fruits, vegetables, things like that, the healthier you're going to be.
Wow. As long as I've been going shopping in the grocery store, I never paid attention to shopping the perimeter of the store. Just small tips that we can add in our daily lives. You just never know how it can help us in our health and our wellness. So, more information on the mental aspect. More information. Can you give us one more tip on the mental.
Absolutely. The mind is a powerful thing. You can achieve
Yes.
anything that you believe in. Find someone that's going to believe in you, and it will happen.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, quickly, Jeanna, tell us if someone wants to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Absolutely. My website, JeannaBumpas.com, JeAnna Bumpas, BUMPAS.com, and they can connect with me on there.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Jeanna. Thank you so much. Well, this will conclude our show on today. I pray that something that you have heard on today will help you in your journey of health and wellness. And listen, 3 John 2 says this, Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. God bless you. Until